Hello. Live streaming is on, and we usually don't have a problem with this. So I'm thinking that we are live. I think we're live. So, welcome everybody to another regular meeting of the United States Pirate Party. My name is Drew Bingaman. I will be your captain for this evening. And let's go around and do IDs. I see V, you're first.
Hi, I'm V, or Sarai Sophie Vance Oviedo, and I'm the Swarm Care Manager for the USPP.
Ty, you're next.
All right. Hello, I'm Ty Clifford, Vice Captain of the United States Pirate Party and West Virginia Observer.
David?
And I'm one of the representatives for Florida Pirate Party.
Thank you. Ben?
Ahoy, I am Ben Horlick, the Quartermaster for the United States Pirate Party, as well as the representative from Texas.
Eli?
I'm Eli McGee. I'm the Massachusetts representative.
Awesome. Thank you, Eli. Mr. Vermin Supreme, welcome.
Thank you. My name is Vermin Supreme, and I am the presidential candidate of the United States Pirate Party. Thank you.
Thank you, Vermin. Last but not least, Dustin, just because you just joined us.
Yep. This is Dustin, auditor for the USPB from Virginia.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you all for being here. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I don't think we technically have.
We do not have 4 tonight. That's okay. I think we knew that California wasn't going to be here, and I did not hear back from Johnny after I sent him the link for tonight, so I figured that he probably wouldn't be here either. So, anyways, that's where we're at. Ben, go ahead.
Hello. I would like to propose to form a committee to move the time away from this slot because it seems like our experience over the last kind of 2 months would suggest that it may not be the best slot for people. And what I would propose there is that we put out a poll for like a doodle poll with time slots for all of the PNC members and, and other interested parties. And then use that to narrow it to a best of 3 that we then poll directly amongst those 3 options.
That sounds like a great idea. Do we have any other discussion on that? Obviously, we're not it's not something that we're we're going to vote on, but it's certainly something that pirates can do, can survey each other, and see if we can come up with maybe a better time frame for these meetings.
Yeah, with the idea being you could come back for a vote on something when we, when we have a better answer and an quorum.
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me. I have no objections. Are there any objections to Ben? Are you willing to kind of like spearhead that?
Yeah, for sure. I'll try. I'll
Okay.
get that poll put out over the next week, unless Ty or does anybody else have any thoughts on that, or y'all?
I mean, it sounded like you had a decent grasp on what we need to do. So
No, that sounds great to me. I mean, the series can go pretty well. We can do a weekly or like a three-day ruling vote to narrow it down quickly because I don't want the poll to last forever.
Yeah, I think you give people like a week, probably a week or 2 to respond, and then with that you just have after firm well announced closing the polls date.
Yeah, and then like in 3 days we take what is there and then we narrow it down again, and then we do another poll and then narrow that and just keep chomping down to a time.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's we can see what the distribution of times looks like. I think after the first round, because hopefully there's some strong consensus and we don't need to run more than 2 or 3. But yeah, it's a good idea. I think.
I feel it'd be over in 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. You guys go ahead, do that. Yes, please.
Aye, Captain.
Do it. Make it so.
Well, this is something we talked about, and it was very ironic, Drew, because we brought it up at the captain's quarter at the meeting. You remember we were joking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing that it seems from time to time that this time is better at some times of year than others. It seems to be. I don't know. I don't know if that's the issue, or if it's just that this is for those who are involved right now. This is just a bad night. That's what we need to find out. So
it could be.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
It could be a combination of both.
It might be. Yeah, that's true. It might very well be. Mr. Vermin Supreme.
Yes, Captain.
Do you have anything that you would like to inform the party of?
Well, I suppose so. Of course, we are just an unstoppable juggernaut that is creeping along slowly and steadily, and imaginarily, mainly, of course. But things are looking well, and in a few short weeks, we will be having a tour of Delaware. I have a gig at the 20th in Wilmington, Delaware. Of course, Delaware is the only state general election ballot that I appear on. In Delaware, of course, the Conservative Party candidate for some reason. But nonetheless, then Jonathan Reels, my esteemed vice presidential candidate, will be flying up there on the 21st. And we will be hooking and crooking and hoboing around and maybe hitchhiking and barnstorming the state of Delaware in a last-ditch attempt to create exciting content.
To snatch away some of those real electoral votes.
Indeed, absolutely.
How are the imaginary electors coming along?
Well, the alternate reality electors are going.
I'm sorry,
good.
The alternate my
Thank
bad.
You. Thank you, and of course, putting together the fake electors that we will need once the general election rolls down. I'm starting to gear up to demanding, claiming that I've already won. Of course, victory is ours. We have won. The elections were rigged, et cetera, et cetera. So, of course, that's a big part of the strategy. It seems to have worked for that other guy pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping to milk that for all it's worth also.
And how is your effort coming along in Delaware with bribing the election officials?
Haven't gotten that down there to do that just yet, but
okay, that's a work in progress then.
As you know, I'm always happy to commit a Class B felony for low money. As long as I'm giving the voters $1, I'm giving an official $1 or $2. I don't.
Well, I appreciate your efforts.
I think we all do.
Well, thank you so much, and I must say I feel absolutely appreciated, and it is, of course, an honor and a privilege to be your candidate. The leeway that you have given me, the moral support has been a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I appreciate it 100%.
You're very welcome, Vermin. Well, I have unfortunately not been able to make it to any of your events so far. And it doesn't look like the timing for this visit to Delaware is going to work out either. So I am very sad that it does not look like I will get to see you before the election and before you are inaugurated. But you have my congratulations anyways. So.
Sure. We might be dipping down into up to Pennsylvania also. And on the 23rd, I believe it is Wednesday, the 23rd, I will be debating New Jersey Weed Man in Trenton, New Jersey. So that's also
will that be live streamed?
I imagine it will be. All right,
we'll have to look out for that so we can share that live stream.
So that should be exciting. Yes, and we're hoping to live stream quite a bit of me and Jonathan, quite possibly just hitchhiking and bumming rides and meeting the voters where they are.
So the call is to everybody out there. If you would like to, where can we find your stuff, Vermin?
I believe there's the event pages. I think there's the event pages on Facebook.
Event pages on Facebook, social,
pretty much,
and social media.
And then once I get the event pages, I'll start posting out on my on the Twitter there on the X.
The Twitter seems to be the hot spot. Your Twitter is, need I say, Gen Z language. It's very lit.
It's getting lit up by motherfucking Nazis pretty hard right about.
Yeah, it's. I've been looking at it. You guys are off the chain over there on Twitter. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. Like I say, I think I touched a nerve posting my "fuck off Nazi punk" thing on the fucking not.
Yeah,
Well,
I've seen that.
I don't know if you saw the original post was some motherfucking Nazi put out there, and it was like, "Who are you voting for?" And it had 4 pictures. One was Trump, one was Harris, one was fucking Adolf Hitler, and the next one was me. And so that that's a meme. Fine, fucking.
I mean, that makes it easy for me. I'm voting for you, Vermin.
Sure.
Everybody should. It's clear.
A lot of apparently in Nazi Twitter, it's like they're all voting for Uncle Adolf and Uncle A, and then when I posted that, things just blew up, and fucking the Nazis are fucking wacky. But
I've been enjoying
it. Feel free to drag the motherfucking Nazis along with.
Listen, they thrive on being pissed off. So if you wrangled them up, that's like getting them off. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
There is that. Here's that. I don't like to amplify them, and the more they comment on a post, they all meet each other and network and all that crazy bullshit. So there is that drawback. But I do enjoy telling them that I shot Hitler in the motherfucking head, and I'm going back to kill him as a baby too.
Like I said, the Twitter is off the chain, man. It's great commentary. It's all great stuff.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the affirmation.
You always will have a home here with the Pirates, Vermin.
I appreciate that. I'm going to start billing. I'll start billing myself as the presumptive 28 nominee.
That's. I think that is not. That is probably more likely than not. But because we have a lot of work to do. But that being said, thank you so much, Vermin. Is there anything else before we move on?
Nope. Everything is good. Everything is good. Right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I really appreciate everything you do, and I'm sure that sentiment is shared here with the rest of us. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you. Keep giving them hell.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. Any other reports, updates, etc.?
Just to give a quick update on the finance transition, for the people who might not have caught the exchange in the Signal chat. I think the bank goofed a little bit. Like they sent my new login credentials to the online platform, like just to Joe, when they were like, it's supposed to go out to everybody, who's an authorized signer on the account. It went to just Joe. And so I just need to get that from him, and it sounds like he's been busy. So I'll ping him again. Coming out of this, I was hoping that he might.
So it's set up, but you just have yet to access.
Right. It's like it's like that they have the sheet of paper with the temporary access in there, and they sent that to Joe instead of me. So I just need to get that from him. Yeah, or the email with it, whatever. So we're almost there. We're almost
there. That sounds like sort of one of those things where it's a not uncommon fuck up that happens and you just need to work around it.
Oh yeah, no, when I called the other day, the lady on the other end was very surprised and apologetic that I didn't have it after the
right.
2 weeks. She said it was usually like a 24 to 48 hour turnaround period, but I think we'll get it sorted.
Yeah. So great. Other updates? Anything coming up?
In general, the campaign for ranked choice voting in DC is kind of picking up again, just because it's officially on the ballot. So kind of raising awareness in DC in general with the campaign for that more recently.
Where is there is there a website or anything that is kind of promoting that, Dustin?
Yeah, there's a Twitter and a website. It's Initiative 83. If you look it up on the internet, generally just pops up. hold on.
There it is. Make all votes count DC.org.
Yep.
Make all votes count DC.org. So that's where you'll want to go to check that out if you're in the district. It's just the district, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can also volunteer if you're just in the area in general.
Right. Sure. But for voters, it's just for those in the district.
Right.
Okay. And I clicked the wrong button. All right. Awesome. Good stuff. Yes, get out there and vote for ranked choice voting because it's better.
I have just one little thing for Dustin.
Sure.
For Dustin. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
if it's on
Let
this,
let V go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Ty. V will be right. Oh, okay. V.
It's not related to ranked choice voting though, so
Okay,
Ty, you can go first.
Yeah, I was just.
Well, since it was just it's very quickly. I just wanted to touch base with Dustin, dude. Post your GitHub, man. I just want to say that I've seen that you were what's the word? Hesitant about posting your Polari, and I don't. You don't have a history of self promotion and all that. You're a really good, outstanding person. I don't think you're trying to be toxic to be blunt about it. So get that stuff out there, man. Promote, when that stuff comes up in conversation, don't be hesitant to post it. That aligns with all ideologies, and it's a good system. It's good for society. Put that stuff out there, man. Be proud of that. Okay, I'm done.
All right, V. I guess we'll go back to you then.
Yeah. So new topic. As I know. Okay. Words. The last day to register to vote in Texas is October 7th, I believe. Yeehaw.
That is correct.
Also, if you don't or if you missed the vote in Texas or during early voting on October 22, you can register and vote on the same day. It's called a provisional ballot. But because it's such a close election, I'm pretty sure they'll count it this time. Some people have problems with provisional ballots. I just say, no one's going to take away your right to vote. Vote, make it count. And then election day is coming soon. But yeah, October 7th and October 22. Keep those dates in mind, Texas. Does everybody else have their voting dates?
Yeah, Pennsylvania's is October 21. So the 21st is the last day to register for this election. So if you're not registered or you need to check, you can check online for Pennsylvania voter registration and also register online. So it's pretty easy. I mean, just looking for PA voter registration will get you where you need to go. But the 21st of October. So do it before then if you want to vote in this election. Does anybody else have dates they want to make sure that get out there?
Oh, yeah. VoteTexas.gov is the Texas equivalent site, just to get that plug out there too.
All right, awesome.
West Virginia's the registration. The deadline is the 15th.
So it's
for registration, and absentees is the 30th, and then they gotta be returned. So you want to get them in there before the 30th if you're voting by that, because they gotta be received by at least the 5th. So October 15th again is the registration deadline.
And my recommendation as an election official, just vote in person if you can. Honestly,
yeah. I mean, why not? That's totally what I recommend. It's not that I'm against mailing. It's just do it in person.
There are going to be. Let me just put it this way. I know there are going to be massive challenges to mail-in votes, and I think it might be coming from both sides this time, especially depending on how everything shakes out, because there are legitimate issues with the way some things are going to be handled and some ways that things have already been
portrayed.
Well, in the courts, the way they were already litigated in the courts, considering our previous elections and things that went down in previous elections. So really, if you can get out there and vote in person, it is the one way. Make sure your registration is valid. Make sure your address is up to date in the voter registration that the state has, and so if you've moved at all since the last time you voted, get online and check your voter registration, because that will absolutely drive you to either the wrong voting place or make you vote on a provisional ballot, which may or may not be counted. So a lot of people are saying this is one of the most important elections we've had in a long time. Yeah. If you feel that way, make sure you do your due diligence on your end, and make sure all of your stuff is right in voter registration, and you know where your polling place is.
Quick question to that. I mean, I don't know.
No, go ahead.
It's been such a long time since I actually voted in person for anything. You only have to have your voter registration, right? No ID, no nothing, just your voter registration.
Well, again, that
depends on the state.
That depends on the state. Yeah. So let me put it this way: in Pennsylvania, you only need your ID if you are a first-time voter at that polling place, or I think that's it. That's it. That's the only time.
Which defeats the purpose of a vote. Anyway, so what I'm suggesting is get your licenses up to date, because it takes 5 weeks to receive your new cards. So
yeah, it's not a bad idea to have it. It's not a bad idea to have it with you, and learn and check out your local election rules in your state. Because there are states that are requiring ID. There are states that require ID in certain situations, and other states where you just need you don't even need the registration card, but that's sort of a proof. Ben, go ahead.
Yes, howdy from the Yeehaw state of Texas, where we are indeed one of the states where you will be required to present one of, I believe, 8 to 10 valid forms of photo identification, which again, that will all be on the votetexas.gov website. It includes things like passport, Texas driver's license, Texas just voter ID card, which they now issue separately. Texas gun license, interestingly enough, can be used as a form of voter ID.
That's probably a photo ID, I would think.
Yeah. It's basically any form of ID any form of photo ID that's issued by the state, in addition to, I think, your passport. Is kind of the gist of it. But again, all that's on votetexas.gov.
All right. Wow.
But not student ID.
Probably not. I don't think so. That's not on the list, is it, Ben? A student ID?
Student ID, I believe, would not be one.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think it might be, but I don't think so.
It has to have an address. So your student ID in Texas will not qualify you as a type of ID. Yeah.
Point being is that it needs to have both your photo and your address establishing you as a Texas resident.
Except your passport doesn't do that.
Yep.
Well, I think you have.
Do that.
Does your passport not have your home address on it?
I don't think it does. I haven't looked at mine recently, but I don't think it does.
Maybe short form doesn't, because I think that my long form, I think, does.
Well, I mean, they have to mail it to you, so that you have to give them your address. But
yeah,
I don't think it's on. I don't think it's on the. But I have to check. I haven't looked at my passport in so long. It's actually due next year. So.
Mine's a couple years expired, because I had to get my new Texas driver's license to be able to renew my passport, which has taken me until like a month or two ago.
Yeah,
this is exactly why I brought this up.
Yes, it's very well raised. Ty.
It is a good point. We are on the edge of October, and this is definitely a time to be thinking about your voter registration. And there was a point that was brought up that said that I think was that in Texas. And I think there was another state that was actually removing a lot of people, was expunging a lot of the voter rolls.
Georgia, yeah, I believe is another one where that's been happening.
Yeah. So if it's been a while since you voted, get on your state's website, check your voter registration. If you can't find it, re-register, and so that you can be able to vote in November. Obviously, if you're not a voter, I mean, then none of this makes any sense to you. So, I still encourage you to vote, because over half the country doesn't vote, and that's part of the reason why we're in this mess that we're in. So, because the duopoly has you convinced that your vote doesn't matter, and if we can convince more than half of the country that is true, then 25% gets to rule everybody else. So that's not cool. But yes, very important. Get out there and vote. Check your registration. Update your registration. And if anybody has any questions or is not sure what to do, I'm pretty sure just about any of us would be willing to help you out with finding that stuff out. So, yeah. So my update is we had a little bit of an issue with I thought we were in good shape with streaming Captain Kidd, but I'm going to apparently need to do some testing with Jitsi and streaming to YouTube, because for some reason when I started sharing the video, it was fine on the Jitsi and the sound was fine on the Jitsi, but it went to a black screen that said we need to log in on the live stream. So I ended up just putting the video up, the video of the movie up for just for on our channel, just for people to watch. And it looked like it had a handful of views there when the last time I checked. So I mean, that's cool. That's awesome. I would like to try and do a Metropolis kind of watch party, since it's a silent movie anyways. I think that would be fun to kind of have a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type discussion, but not necessarily.
Twitch doesn't seem to be focusing.
Oh yeah.
Where's my camera? There we are.
Oh yeah, you're very blurry. Yeah, I see. You've got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But I have a copy. I have a copy of it, and we can share it, put it up there. But I need to work out what the deal is with trying to stream a video, and so I need to do some testing, and I just plain haven't had the time, and I apologize to everybody out there, but I'm going to work that out, and once I have the technical issues worked out, we will set a date to do a watch party, and I'll see if anybody wants to join. So.
And Drew, if you can't get the YouTube situation figured out too, you could also do it via Discord as well. Like it wouldn't obviously be kind of a public broadcast. We could at least do it for the folks who'd show up on Discord.
Yeah, I want to try and do it so that we can live stream it. With us on it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I may try an alternate setup. I have a couple other options for live streaming, so we'll see how that goes. But if for whatever reason we fail on Jitsi and fail to get it to work, we'll take a couple different routes. So, my question is there anything else that we need to discuss or go over or updates? If you didn't see it, along the same lines, I think we had a really good discussion on Talk Like a Pirate Day. We had pirates from we had a pirate from Canada, and we had a pirate from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I think we had some really good discussions. I think something that we can definitely learn from all that there's a lot of the same things going on across the world in other countries that are happening here, even though we think that that's not the case. We have a lot in common. The same kind of fascism, the same kind of religious fanaticism is going on around the world, and so I think it's something that we all need to fight against. Same thing goes with fighting for labor rights around the world is something also that's going on that we definitely need to keep an eye on. And for God's sake, let's save the freaking Internet Archive.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if anybody hasn't seen, they are struggling a little bit. The Internet Archive is struggling a little bit under the weight of mostly copyright claims. And honestly, there is no more fair use for the Internet Archive than that's it. That is kind of that is what they're for. That's in my opinion, that's fair use. And because it's been proven in the last couple of years that we can't trust the media companies to even even preserve their own media. I mean, that's why there's so much lost media.
Well, there is an exemption in the DMCA. There is an exemption. If you own the software, whether previously or whatever, legal, we're talking legally, of course, you can crack the software. It is yours. You can do that. That is an exemption. So like if you bought a video game and 10 years later they shut off the servers, it's supposed to be that we can reverse engineer that to our discretion, but there's a lot of gray area now. And hopefully we will continue to push through that, because that should not be allowed at all. We should be able to if we own it, it's the whole piracy isn't theft thing, right? So it's the same thing. And so I'm just encouraging people, if you have a license, who cares? Crack it, use it however you want to. It's yours legally.
Yeah, the problem is most of these software companies especially are working on making perpetual licenses go away.
Adobe was one of the first major companies to do that, and I never agreed with it. I always encourage people to sway to one-time licenses, or if there's an alternative solution, open source, always choose that and donate a little to them, because they need their bills, they need their lights on too. So yeah.
All right, Vermin, you would like to say something?
Yes, sort of related, but I just wanted to give you the heads up and awareness. Recently, the online video game called Rust recently introduced a character or characters that are wearing rubber boots on their heads, and they're trying to sell, and they're trying to sell rubber boots also, linked into that. And I do have my IP attorney looking into that.
Them.
Yeah, my IP attorney is on it. But I wanted to let you know that, because there is a minor bit of irony involved with your presidential candidate having a service trademark, etc.
Wait a second. That's a trademark. That's a trademark issue. That's not a copyright issue, in my opinion. That's a trademark issue. That your signature thing is wearing a boot on your head, and that's been a signature for you for a long time, and you're still doing business as Vermin Supreme, candidate for president. Yeah, that's a trademark. I have much less issue with trademark issues, because that's a sort of a fraud prevention issue. Like, so you can't represent yourself as somebody else by using their trademark. So I there are ways that it can be abused in both ways, but I have very little issue with trademarks in general. It's copyrights that last 90 years.
Very good. I just wanted to mention it. That's all.
Yeah,
we appreciate your commitment to transparency and disclosure, Mr.
Absolutely, we do. I absolutely believe that companies that have trade names should be able to protect those trade names from imposters and
That's the
somebody
same
else
thing as doing
capitalizing
business
on there. Yeah, it's. I can see a lot of people think it's similar, but in my opinion, I think it's a very different issue. So I'm absolutely in favor of trademark protections. So. But yes, I absolutely appreciate the irony in that. Also, the irony when we live streamed your video during our convention that we got a copyright strike. So we can all appreciate the irony where that all is. All right. Anything else for tonight?
I would like to offer a motion to adjourn.
Ah, there it is.
Although I guess technically we're not formally assembled, so
but I still appreciate going through all that.
Yep. All the motion.
Is there a second?
I mean, if we're in for, I second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Shout it out.
Aye.
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 All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Get out there, vote Vermin Supreme, vote Pirate everywhere you can. And that means if there's nobody on your ballot, just write yourself in. Because there's a lot of times where people just suck, and no matter which one that's on that ballot you vote for is still going to suck. So just write yourself in. Protest votes are good. And, if purchasing isn't ownership, piracy isn't theft. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. We will see you in 2 weeks. And, vote pirate.